Hey, you fabulous bunch of people, welcome to Mood, the podcast that's here to sprinkle a little humour, drop some wisdom bombs, and occasionally let out a well-placed swear word or two. Mood, we're relatable as fuck.
Hi. Episode 16.
Episode what, Lynette?
16!
Oh my God, 16.
I'm proud of us.
We're doing it.
We made it past that 10 mark. We're getting there.
Slowly.
Come on, let's go.
Crawling at snail speed.
No, it's all good.
We're doing the damn thing. We've got some really exciting things coming up as well. Like, I'm here for it.
I'm happy we are. I'm happy of the progress we've made, are making, have got to make. Yeah,
very proud of us as well. And we haven't given up on each other yet, which is a great start.
No, yeah, indeed.
We're doing this on a Monday as well. This is big for us.
Yeah, it is. It's Monday. It's been a long ass few weeks. We're turning up.
We are, exactly. We are here for you guys. We haven't gone anywhere anytime soon. And we always make sure that we try and be as consistent as physically possible when we're both really fucking busy. But here we are.
What's the plan then for today, Lex?
Oh, so I have two would you rathers. One's like a normal one and one's a risque one because you know how I roll. I wanted to touch on something. I don't know how much we can talk about it because it's very social media at the moment, but we'll come back to that in a second. But Lynette, my first would you rather is, would you rather never be able to tell the truth or never be able to tell a lie?
That's hard.
I know, right?
Never be able to tell the truth or never be able to tell a lie. Do you know what? Tell a lie. Never be able to tell a lie. Like, I'd rather it was all out there. Love me for who I am, hate me for who I am, love me for my opinions, hate me for my opinions, like whatever, like it's the truth. Sometimes we maybe bottle things up too much to our detriment, and we tell white lies to our detriment. So, I don't think it's a bad thing not to have that ability never to lie. So yeah, I'd go with never to lie.
So here's a scenario though. What if, like, for example, like a threat? Because it depends how fucking blunt your truths are.
Right, come on then, let's go.
So you're either gonna like upset people because you lied, or you're gonna offend people because you told them like the god honest truth, right? So say for example, like friends getting married, they found out their perfect dress and you fucking hate it, right? And you can't lie about it either. So they're like, Lynette, what do you think about this dress? Yeah. And then that you're gonna offend them. Like that's or like, look at my baby, aren't they cute? And you're like, no, like, no, they're not. Like, think about it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. And I would say, I think to the wedding. Yeah, I'm still. Does that make me a bad person? I'm still all right with it because I would say I would try and position it in a way where, like, okay, the dress, not my style. Yeah, I fucking hate it. I'm not wearing it. Yeah. This is what I hated when my parents did this. But like, anytime I like to ask my mum or dad, oh, do you like this? Do you like my new shoes? Or do you like well, I'm not wearing it, am I? So why should my opinion matter? That's what my parents used to tell me. So with the wedding dress thing, I'd be like, okay, so you're not gonna like it, and I'd always try and if that was the thing, if that was my okay for the rest of my life, I'm never gonna tell a lie. I would learn how to like set it up to be like, right, you're gonna need to sit down because you're not gonna like this. Fucking hate your wedding dress, but and a big but. That's you. Like, if that's your style, I'm not wearing it. That's fine. You're not offending me. I don't feel offended. But if that's you and makes you happy and this is your day, then you go ahead and you wear it and you rock it. That's fine. But for me, personally, it wouldn't be for me. Now, the baby one.
And then there's
all babies are beautiful. I'm sure they'll grow up to have a nice personality. No, I don't. I think that's the thing. If it was, I'd always just kind of set it up.
I agree. I also think as well that if you're going to ask for somebody's opinion on something, you have to be prepared to be probably offended within that as well.
Yeah, exactly. And I wouldn't put it out there if
And
I wasn't
I
asked.
think
So I wouldn't offer it willingly to go, oh, by the way, I hate your fucking wedding dress. Without, yeah, do you know, like,
you didn't ask, but I
no,
fucking
I didn't
hate
ask,
it.
yeah, but I hate it, just so you know.
I had a friend that asked my opinion on something that they were doing for an event, and I didn't give a bad opinion. I just said, you know what, it's going a bit slow, but you're going to get there, and it'll be absolutely fine. And like, here's my tips on it. And it was almost like, like the shit sandwich
Yeah, yeah,
technique.
yeah,
Bad
something,
news, good
yeah,
news. It was
yeah,
like, it's good. It could do this a bit of work, but this is like good news here. And
yeah.
then like weeks later, she was like, "Oh, like I'm really glad you're giving your opinion, but like it really upset me that you didn't like it." And I was like, "But you asked my opinion," and I was
Oh,
just like,
you can't
"Fuck,
lie.
like can't lie."
Yeah,
And I was like, "I didn't say it was terrible what you've done," but then I was like, "If you're gonna ask me, then and I know
be
I didn't position." Be
prepared.
prepared for like
Yeah,
you're not gonna always have people saying yes to you about stuff. That's just life. Like, and if you've
yeah,
asked for
yeah,
it,
yeah,
you've asked for it. So, and I promise
yeah,
it wasn't done in a way of like, this is shit. What are you doing? It was just like,
yeah.
this is really good. You just need to
Constructive.
legit, yeah, this is
Yeah.
good. This is where you could work it, and then other than that, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't go down too well. So,
Oh man.
yeah. So I'm gonna constantly just. I think I'll have to just lie to people constantly. It's just easier
Do
rather
you
than hurting
think?
people. I
But do
don't
you
know.
think? But would
I don't
you? Does
know.
that affected like if someone else asked your opinion? Then would that change your perspective on
No.
how to give like your view on something?
To be fair, I would literally say, do you want like an honest opinion? Like, what is it you're wanting? Because some people just want validation, right? They don't
Yeah.
necessarily want to hear the truth.
Yeah.
They just
Do you
want
want
to
me
be
to tell you I
reassured that
love
their stuff's good.
you? Do you just want all
Yeah,
good
yeah, yeah,
things? Like, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I should be like, you're pretty. There we go. How about?
Yeah.
Don't worry about the idea. You're
You
pretty.
happy?
You're good.
Yeah, yeah. You're
You're a nice
beautiful.
person.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah. You're doing great. You got this. Yeah.
Yay!
And sometimes you can gauge when people do just want that though, and people are just after people are going through a shit day or whatever. And I got a text this morning from someone. She's really struggling with something anyway, and she was like, I'm almost in tears and blah blah blah, and this happened and that happened. And what do you do in that situation? You just kind of like, that's the thing, if you kind of gauge if someone just needs a little bit of a pick me up, and you go, listen, you're doing fine, and don't worry about what people are saying or things like that. And but then if someone is like, oh, I really want to know, like, I don't like this bit, but I think this could go with that, like, what do you think? Like, what would you do if you were in my position? What would and that's kind of
how much value do you have in somebody's opinion? And if you don't like what you're going to hear, it's kind of like do you value it enough that if they do come back and say, this isn't quite right what you're doing, or the decision that you're making on something, and I don't agree with it, like, are you prepared to hear that? It's just it's so difficult. But to be fair, the jokes aside, I think I'd have to probably say truth. Like, I don't think I could lie about, like, it couldn't be everything was a lie. No one would ever trust me. They'd probably be offended anyways if I told them the truth. Can't fucking win. So I'd say I'd rather be truthful.
Exactly.
Like,
be open, be you. Absolutely.
Indeed.
I kind of think like getting older as well, just you just kind of give less of a fuck. You've gone through so, or I don't know about you, but like, it goes back to stuff we've spoken about and people pleasing and stuff like that, and like you put so much effort and energy into wanting to please people for what, and for for what gain at the end of the day, for all that stress. It's like, okay, and just to make someone else happy. Like, what about you? Like, I've just kind of more recently gone, do you know what, if I just give less of a fuck, I actually feel better for it.
Absolutely. No, I totally get what you're saying. And like the people pleasing thing, like I have to find the author, but I've been reading this book on like positive confrontation lately. And it is really interesting because it's like you can have positive confrontation about something, and where you're not having to people please, and you can say, okay, I'm not doing this, and but this is why I'm saying X, Y, Z, and not needing to. It's called there's one bit where it basically says, and I've been using the term a lot, I'll be honest. It's like polite but powerful. And I really love that, because it's a case of like, you are setting that boundary, you are putting your foot down on something, you are not saying yes to something, but you are still coming across as a good person, and like, you're still coming across as like as authentic as you can be, without needing to be, I'm not saying like I'm offensive when I do stuff. There's always been a fear of trying to get my point across and then upsetting somebody. And I'm like, actually, I can do that where I'm also protecting myself in the process. So
yeah.
it's really interesting. I feel like I'm doing an Amazon book review now. It's good. It's The Power of Positive Confrontation by somebody called Barbara Patcher. And it's about how to, like, the skills you need to handle conflicts at home, at work, like online, in life, and things like that. Yeah, it's been really good because it's just the thing of like, and it also really explains things, which is kind of what we were just talking about now, where it explains things like someone constantly complains to you about something, but they're not willing to make any changes about what they're complaining about. Like, it's about even being able to say, I'm not listening to this conversation. Like, it's like you either put up with it, you either put it out. Well, either way, like, I'm here for you, but I can't keep having this conversation with you. To almost like protect your own peace in a situation as well. So it's just like, that's really interesting to listen and read about as well. But and actually I've kind of been using it in my like life a bit better, where I'm like, no, I'm not putting up with this, or no, I am actually going to stand my ground on something and say and like give feedback in the nicest way possible about how I feel about something. So I'm definitely benefiting from it. So
Nice.
Do you have any would you rathers, or would you like a risque one?
Oh, give me the risque one.
Don't have to answer it if you don't want to. Would you rather would you rather every time somebody say your name, you make an orgasm sound, or the person saying your name makes the orgasm sound straight after?
Oh, the person. The other person. Yeah.
The other person.
I like the other,
You like, don't say my name. This is the only time you'd be like, don't say my name. Say my name.
The other person, because...
For the love of God, say my name.
The other person, because then you can build up like a bank. Like different noises. Do you know what I mean? Like, you like, if it was you, it would just be like, oh, okay, the same thing's gonna happen again. But like, if it was different people, you'd be like, oh, so that's your noise. Okay, all right, okay. I think that's much more interesting than actually if it was just What about you?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I think it'd have to be same. I'd be fucking laughing my ass off every time someone said it. At the same time, it'd be like, depends who as well. It's like, you don't want like a random family member making the noise for example.
Oh God. Oh yeah.
In the middle of a Teams call, someone says your name and then they make the noise out. Like,
I was rather the other person was embarrassed, to be honest, as well, rather than me having to do that in a Teams call. What do you think, Lynette? Oh, okay, no. I have enough embarrassing scenarios and Teams as it is. Thank you. So.
Oh, legit. I think we all do. I think we're all guilty of like random awkward scenarios on a Teams chat or a Zoom call or whatever. I'm very conscious as well. Lately, I've been sending you a lot of work memes, and I think they just make me, because I feel like we relate to them so much.
100%.
It's been one thing I've been wanting to talk about, but actually it reminded me of one of the memes I did see and I was cracking up. So I wanted to talk a bit. I've kind of fallen down the rabbit hole of this whole P. Diddy thing at the moment. More so the conspiracy theory side of it, as well as obviously I'm not going to really go into the subject of what's going on with it, because we all know, and it's horrific, and like more of it's going to come out. But there's been things with it, like there's been conspiracy theories around that P. Diddy had something to do with like Michael Jackson's death, that Michael Jackson knew there was stuff going down. Then they started talking about loads of other celebrities that have died, and like were they killed by accident, like, you know, they died by accident, or like they killed because of like all the, it's just crazy. Like, it's so easy to fall into it. And obviously with the power of AI now, where they're kind of like changing some of like the videos or like the audio and stuff that you're hearing and seeing as well, it's just crazy. But one of the memes that did kind of like, it just killed me, I suppose, because it was like so true. It's like, it was like there's a video of a woman listening to Mozart because she was like, because of all her R&B like singers have been cancelled, so she was just like, no, to listen to a complete different genre of music, like the joke. But it's like, oh, cancel culture, and this is gonna go crazy. And like, you know, I have a massive love of R&B, but at the same time I'm just like, this is so fucking insane. I mean, it doesn't shock me, but wow. It
is mad, you know, like not all the people, but I mean, there was R. Kelly, wasn't there, like a few years ago and stuff like that. And not even just like the R&B stuff and what's going on in that industry as well, just like generally like people that we watched growing up, like on television and like, you know, the BBC and, you know, stuff like that, and presenters that we would watch. And it is mad. It is just mental how all this stuff comes out. And the scary thing is that a lot of it would have been, you know, people would have known about it, or kind of and it's people with money, right, who can kind of just, you know, hide things. And it's scary. It is scary. Like a few weeks ago there was the Mohammed Al Fayed thing, like the Harrods and like just just people like everyday TV personalities, music stars, like is mad, scary actually.
Yeah.
How things are now just coming out from under the carpet, which have been going on for so long, and people have been paid silence money, and yeah, it blows my mind, absolutely blows my mind.
It's crazy how stuff can go on for so long to the point where, and then it does come a point where something has to give. Someone is not going to keep quiet any longer. I find it also amazing that everybody comes out of the woodwork all together as
Yeah.
well. But then I do understand where there has people that have come forward or they've been scared to come forward, and it would be a case of if one person says it, people don't kind of believe it. When multiple people say it, then obviously that's when people really open their eyes and like, oh, okay, hang on a second. But it's just insane that like for me, it's insane that the entertainment industry just has such a power
Yes.
on
Yeah.
on people, and like money is obviously a big talker in that. And yeah, and then obviously when you look, I like been watching like back like interviews and stuff now and like videos, and obviously of course it's more because you're aware of it now, like you see things so differently, and I just find it crazy like that. And unfortunately I think the problem is as well is that I think we are a problem as well, because you do get a lot of people that are so sold into celebrities and like practically worship them and think that they can do no wrong and all this, and you then you hear so many times of like cases of like sexual abuse or like also things with like bullying in the workplace and like being treated badly and all those things. And it's just like we allow, I think a part of this is almost like we also allow that stuff to almost happen essentially because we don't want to believe that the celebrity that we watch all the time that we love is a bad person and all that. It's like they've probably got more power than us to be able to do those things and get away with it as well. Like it's
Scary.
mind-boggling.
But also like you kind of watch things on TV and you, for example, I don't know if you watch the show Take Me Out, like from, I don't think it's on anymore, it's Paddy McGuinness, right? So I think they did do one, basically like 20 women and then a guy comes out and then you vote on or off or whatever. I think they did do a guy one, like they did one, but like it just there was something about it which just didn't feel right. But then why was it all right for the women to do, you know, from the other side of the coin as well? Like, why is it okay?
Yeah.
Like, I imagine that's why it isn't on him. I don't know. I didn't really look into it. But, like, you know, I would watch it and it was a laugh at the time. But when you really kind of think about it and really dig deep into it, like, why is that okay? And people are up in arms going, if that was 20 guys, like no one would turn their lights off, and you know, and a woman would basically be parading around as a piece of meat. Look at me, keep your light on. Do you know what I mean? It's like a meat market. Like it's mad.
Yeah,
absolutely mental.
I did used to watch it and say that, like, because I wasn't really, I'll be honest, my family watched it, I didn't love it, I just thought it was exactly what you just said. I was like, I sit there saying, they treat that poor bastard, like, I mean, and as soon as they'd say something like, I still live at home with my mum, it was like boo boo boo, like no one was interested, right? But that's the reality, like, especially with money and stuff nowadays, most people are still living at home with their parents, right? But like, it's okay. I used to always sit there and say, if this was the other way around and this was like 20 men judging a woman, like people would be going absolutely crazy. Like, why is it okay that it's the other way around? Because it's really not. But then also, I am also on the understanding of, if you've signed up to a show like that, you're going to expect to be treated a particular way. Like, I can't be completely naive in that also. Kind of asking for I mean, that's the whole point, right? You're going to get judged, and obviously none of this stuff's ever real. It's
for show.
They ham it up more so because they want people to say no and stuff. So
Or like another example is I was watching a comedy show the other day. I don't want to like mention any names or whatever, but there was like there was a comedian a female comedian. She's with disabilities, and she was like smacking this guy on the arse, like told him to get up and then basically spanked him. And I was like, is that even allowed? Like, if that was I think there would be a lot of complaints if that was a male comedian who maybe didn't have disabilities that asked a female to get up and go, no, you can't do that, now get up, I'm going to spank you. Like, it is just weird. It's a double standard. It's just double standards. It's okay for some, not okay for others. Like,
all these things are like very grey area as to like what is okay, what isn't okay, what is okay for entertainment and what isn't okay for entertainment. And the thing I get really frustrated with, and I know this is so obvious, but like me personally, I'm not a really big fan of reality TV because purely it's not reality. Like that in itself is
scripted.
Is it? Yeah, it's so scripted, and like I'm a bit like, none of those things are real. Like it's all set up for obviously entertainment. And I get that's the point of it. Like I understand, I'm not a complete idiot, but it's just like I just find I kind of feel like why are we what like you might as well just say it's a series, it's a fake series, like it's you know like
Yeah,
it's a like a mockumentary or something like that. It's just because
yeah,
it's just like again people do believe these things and they buy into it and stuff and then they're like oh but you know like I watched this and this happened. It's like and none of that shit's real. Like none of
yeah,
it's all
yeah,
scripted. This is not real
yeah,
life. Like and we're not and it's not yeah, it's I think we try and live in like again with the celebrity stuff, it's trying to live that lifestyle or trying to be part of that lifestyle as well. Like even like Rick and I follow like a couple of like social media influencers, like you know, like YouTubers and stuff like that. I find what's it's interesting, and it's not a bad thing. It's not their fault essentially, right? But you'll get someone who came from nothing, started off doing
mm,
absolutely like the minimum thing on, and got famous from YouTube, and then obviously you know they're bigger now, and then when they, I find them not relatable after like almost like they hit a certain amount of like richness, if that makes
yes,
sense, because
yeah, yeah,
then your audience, say for example, if you're like a young influencer, right? And you made it really big at a young age, and now you're buying things like crazy, like you're buying like Louis Vuitton bags, you've got like a Chanel like jewelry, like etc. etc. And then like the stuff that you're buying, and you're doing like the hauls and all that stuff, and it's like great, like there's nothing wrong with that, like absolutely, and people do want to buy those things, but you also have to be realistic in the understanding of you don't live a normal everyday life anymore, like your audience do, and you are getting young people who are trying to oh, I want to buy that. Oh, I want to get into debt and do those things. Or I want to get
yeah,
my mum to buy me those things and things. And I feel like it kind of just, I don't know. It's a bit like Jenny from the block when she still breaks out. She's from the block, and it's like you just can't even pretend
yeah,
anymore because you're not that person anymore. Like I know you don't forget where you come from, but also be
yeah,
realistic as where you're at now. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. I don't see the, and I'll probably, don't come at me for this. I don't see the oh, what's the word I'm fucking looking for?
The
The
point.
obsession. Yeah, the obsession with like
Yeah.
Love Island and stuff like that, and
Oh, same.
people went mad for it. And do you know what? I waited ages and ages and ages, and I was like, not sure, not sure, not sure, not sure. And I downloaded like the first episode of the very first series, and Dave was like, absolutely fucking not, delete that right now. And I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
fine. And it did, because I was curious, because there was such a
Yeah.
big, huge thing around Love Island, and I don't get it. I don't. I read about stuff, like if I'll see celebrities, and then David like, oh, who's that person? Like, why is she famous? Well, I think it's Love Island. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Like, no idea anymore.
I don't
Like,
no idea. Like, but what was I going to say? So, however many years ago it was now, Big Brother. Like, okay, so the first couple of years, great science experiment, and a couple of people from the first couple of series have done really well. Alison Hammond's done really well. Kate Lawler has done really well. But they should have stopped it, because then it just became this kind of game, this competition of, who's going to be the most outrageous, who's the most kind of crazy to do things for fame. Whereas go back to that first series where there were just 10 normal people who no one really knew what was going to happen to them on the other side of the house. And it was such a great thing to watch, a great thing to see. And yeah, they tried it again, but I think they should have stopped it maybe after the first
the problem with that is because nowadays when they do like Love Island's a really fine example of this as well. You're not picking everyday normal people. You're picking want to be influencers who already have really big following online, and like the whole point is to obviously up the show, up their popularity, and for them to. And Molly May obviously is a really fine example of that. Like she admits that she went onto the show to essentially get famous, to get money, to get a business. Look, fair play. She played the game. She played it well. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, like Big Brother is a fine example of, and you want to see everyday people. I don't want to see people that are just not your everyday average person. And I want to see all, I want to see all types of lives. Like I'm not saying I also don't want to see people who are influencers. It's interesting to see everybody, like everybody, shape, size, color, able bodies, not all those things. Like that's what you want to see is everyday people like together with no social media, no outside communications, like that's more interesting, and to see what conversations come up and what ways of behavior and the outrageousness stuff. Is like it's funny for back in the day. This is the other thing. Big Brother was entertaining because you didn't really. I mean, like the most outrageous thing we had back in the day was like what Eurotrash or something like that. Like I mean, you didn't really see like real sexual stuff. Now everything's like sexualized, and you can see it, like almost anything online or TV. So there's no shock factor anymore either, unless you're just really offensive, maybe, or you just do something that. I mean, it wasn't like one of the girls like she shoved the bottle inside, or like King or whatever her name was.
So it's like Yeah, or
Yeah, the lengths you
there
go
was one
to.
who she thought she was pregnant after she had, I don't even,
Mm.
do you remember Makosi? I think she thought
Yes,
she was pregnant after
absolutely.
doing stuff in the pool,
They had sex in the pool, didn't they? That
had sex in the
her and that
pool. So
guy.
she
I
thought she was
literally
pregnant
can
like
see
two
it.
days after.
I
Crazy.
remember I remember because I was quite obviously we were quite young when Big Brother came
Yeah,
out, and I remember like just when they were doing like the true or dare stuff in like the pool and like when they were like like, and you'd be like kind of like almost like oh
yeah,
wow because you didn't see stuff like that really on TV, and
yeah.
that was almost like the first things that we could see is like adult like seeing what adults got up to, and you'd be like wow it's
Exactly.
exciting.
Yeah,
Now you're like I
but
could just put on porn.
yeah, exactly. But going back to what you were saying though, you just want to see. This is why I was laughing at myself. You want to see everyday normal people from like all walks of life, and able-bodied, non-able-bodied, different races, different ages. That's why I like Bake Off.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yes, I'm
so
totally the same.
yeah, so like Bake Off's the one. Like you watch it and you always know you're guaranteed. Oh, okay, there's the kind of older category, and they always do it. Like if you watch throughout the series, there's always like your token. I don't like. I hate using that word, but do you know what I mean? Like they'll
Yeah.
always have an older person, and they'll always have like I was trying to find the word for it without
Careful what you're
getting
saying with
cancelled.
it. They'll always have a year and
What's the word I'm looking for? Person of
everybody's
miss.
part of it, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Stop. Just
Just,
stop.
just stop. Just stop.
Just
Um,
legit.
but yeah, that's I like Bake Off for that particular reason. It's so inclusive. So
I
yeah,
just love how like the more you try to be polite, the more offensive it's getting. Like it's
yeah.
just almost
Basically, I
like
shall shut up. Yeah.
no, but I do that as well. The more you try and like not say that, you're like, fuck, I can't say this. And you're like, that's not what I'm trying to
It's
say.
not what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I know what I'm trying to say, but like I'm just trying to find the polite way to say it.
Oh, I love it. No, I get
But
what you
yeah,
meant. Don't worry.
yeah. But I would rather that any day than like Love Island or your Made in
Yeah.
Chelsea and like The Only Way is Essex. I never got it. Never. To be fair, like Geordie Shore on holiday, like the Spanish free cable TV, and you're like, okay, Geordie Shore's on. I might watch that. I almost got hooked on it for a while because I was watching it on holiday. But
Yeah.
other than that, I mean, I'd probably watch 2 episodes of Geordie Shore to be fair. But like anything
Yeah.
else, I just don't see the pull. I don't know why people love it so much.
The only thing I've ever like, because I never really watched Towie. I didn't watch Made in Chelsea, but I did, however, just if I'm going to slightly be hypocritical, what I was saying earlier is I did watch the shorts of it on like Facebook or Instagram and stuff because it
Yeah,
was like it was just a bit like when you're just scrolling and it comes up and like I thought especially like the Pete Wicks and like Megan is it Megan McKenna things and bits like that I was like or like Gemma Collins like I would watch little bits because it was just like the random clip but I wouldn't personally sit like a half hour to an hour watching the whole thing unfold and stuff like that like it's
yeah,
just not like I said it's not really my thing. I think it's more like a curiosity of like what is the big hype about this, like why does
yeah,
everyone like it so much.
yeah.
But yeah, and like made it, and it's such extremes. Obviously, you like Geordie Shore is. Do you know what? Rick actually really liked Geordie Shore. I was just like, and even me, who's got like filthy sense of humor and minds. Like, I was like, it's
Yeah,
too much. Like, I just
it's
found
too
it really
much.
shocking. I was like,
Yeah,
not for me. It's just because it's like There's just it's almost like
trashy.
nothing's private. No, yeah,
Yes,
nothing's
yeah, yeah,
sacred.
yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
just really, really out there kind of thing to shock. And
yeah,
it's a shame in some respects because these are like I don't know, I know they're made famous from it. And again, like it's no shame and stuff. Like do your thing, but like like these things stay online forever. I think that's what I'm trying to get at. It's like you
mm,
fine, live that like you're young, yeah, but like it's like us with our Facebook statuses, like we were saying, like you get embarrassed by an old status that you're like, well, I can't say that anymore. That's probably really
yeah,
appropriate now. But then like you can delete that. Whereas like on social, on like online with like how they are, I really delete those things. They're there
yeah.
forever. Do you know what I mean? So
Look what
it's
happened
difficult.
to Miss Great Britain. Or Miss, I don't know what she was. Was she Miss Great Britain? And she was it Love? Was it Love Island?
Yeah,
Can't
something
remember.
like that, wasn't it?
Can't remember what it
It
was.
was,
Maybe it was Love
yeah, I
Island.
vaguely remember. But it's that happened to who else? The girl that was in Made in Chelsea. Is it Zara McDam? Oh God, I can't fucking remember her name.
Hmm.
But she had, I think when she was in school, I could be completely getting this story wrong, but from my understanding, when she was in school, there was a picture that went round about her when she was like younger. And then like I think it all came out again like years later when she was famous, and it's kind of like reliving all of that stuff again. This is what I mean. Like
Yeah,
this is very difficult to escape from things like that. I
yeah,
mean, I don't know about you. I always get a bit scared of like, you're like somewhere, somewhere, somehow. an ex has probably got like an old video or an old picture or an
Yeah.
old and you get a bit like, oh, that's really
Mm,
terrible. That's really
yeah.
terrifying. Like,
Yeah.
what could be done with that?
I know, but like I think in my you just kind of hope that phones have changed so much that from that time that like I've got phones, but I don't think I'd be able. I know there's probably stuff on like old phones, but I don't know if I could ever be able to access it unless I
Yeah.
really try to. But like for
Yeah.
what for and also there's like laws against that now. I think isn't there?
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah.
Please say
It's,
there's
yeah,
laws.
there's definitely laws against that now. Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
revenge. They call it revenge porn or something, don't
Revenge
they?
porn,
So,
doesn't it?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just think like you have to be a certain type of asshole to put
Right.
somebody in that position. I wouldn't, not even my worst enemy. I just think that's such a fucked up, horrible thing that is someone in a vulnerable position, like like
Yeah.
sharing something with you, and like for the idea that it stays with you only. Bad enough if like someone shows it's their. I mean, like if it's like a girl sending something and then he's like sitting there with all his mates, like, yeah, look at the girl, like blah
Yeah,
blah,
yeah.
like like that's even that's bad enough as it is, but to publicly put it out there for
Yeah.
multiple people to see is very fucked up. I don't know what you'd get out of doing that. Well, let's hope we haven't pissed anybody off so they do that to us. So we should it'll
What you
come
got
out
out
the
there,
woodwork.
Lex? What do you mean? What you
Oh,
got out
no,
there?
I wouldn't like to say. Do you know what? It's been so many years I can't even fucking
I
remember.
can't
I
even
wouldn't even.
remember. No,
I don't want
I
to
can't.
remember. It's bad memories.
Exactly. You just kind of like hope that phone broke or the memory got wiped or something.
Yeah, I
Gosh.
wouldn't. I'd like never, even if like someone did me over, I would never ever. I just wouldn't get any pleasure out of doing that. And like, what do I gain out of that apart from people
Ooh.
seeing it? It's just like, yeah. So we covered scandals and
Yeah.
sex and scandals has been covered.
Love that.
What we do have going on next week, which I was going to ask you about, is the Glow Walk, which
Yeah,
is very
yeah.
fast approaching
It is. That's
and
scary, huh?
very scary. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
How's training going for you?
It's going.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
yeah. I mean, I've not been on like long walks, like purposefully long walks. I'm out and about and I'm on my feet and I try and get steps in. So, yeah, and I think the aim is to just try and ramp that up a little bit now in the lead up to it and just go on purposeful walks and
Yeah.
purposefully get steps in. But yeah, I'm excited about it.
Do you find yourself like benefiting from it over the last like couple of weeks, months? Like, have you like because I know walking just like mentally, physically, like
Yeah.
just helps a lot. Like, I know I've definitely benefited from it,
100.
but how about you?
Yeah, definitely. Like going out in the morning, getting up and knowing that actually I'm going to get up and I'm going to just smash out some steps like first thing in the morning, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. And that really
Mm,
does just kind of set you up for the day because like I've done 6,000 steps already and it's not even 8 o'clock and I could do this
yeah,
twice more and just get my daily intake of steps in. Like mentally 100%, like just in so much more of a my mind is just in so much more of a better place having to
good.
get up and having that time just on my own or with the dog or with a podcast in or whatever, rather than sort of getting up rushing to kind of get things ready, get the kids out for school and then work, and then it's just literally like the whole day without having
Yeah,
that break, having that kind of no fresh air and stuff like that. So yeah,
yeah,
definitely feel the benefits from it. And yeah, and you're more mindful as well of like, okay, so I'm gonna put the steps in and I'm gonna do more movement, so I should eat better because I don't want that to go to waste. I don't want these steps to go to waste. So it has like a really nice positive knock-on effect, I think, for
that's
the
good.
days. So yeah, and I'm really excited for it. How are
Mm.
you feeling? Because you did a couple of
I,
long walks, didn't you?
I did, yeah, I did. When was it? Like about a month ago, I did a 2 hour walk because I was like, me and Becca went and did a walk together. And then the last one we did was coming back to 2 weeks ago. We did a 3 hour walk. And actually, I felt fine. Like I think I was distracted, which was good because I had Becca with me. Taryn,
Yeah.
which is one of the other girls, decided to join us. And we actually got her to sign up to doing the walk as well. We were like, fuck it, why don't you just do it? You already did 3 hours. You might as well come and
Yeah,
join
yeah.
us on the 19th. So she was like, yeah, all right. So it's been really good. But yeah, I feel really good with it. Like I feel fine. I think it's what's been. I think the only thing that I feel is going to be like a all kind of like see how we get on is in my head. I keep saying it's just a 4 hour walk, right? Which
Mm.
essentially it is, but that really depends on the speed you're walking and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
what the
yeah.
weather's like and things like that. Because
Yes.
when I looked at the route this morning, it said like 5 hours essentially because it
Yeah.
could be longer depending on how quickly you walk. So it's just being prepared for that. But other
Yeah.
than that, and as long as the weather's all right and it's not pissing it down with
Pissing it
rain
down.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
I think
I can
that's
deal
gonna
with
make
being
it. I
cold.
think that's my fear. I
Yeah,
think my fear is that it's just gonna be stormy and like
yeah,
how it has been. Like the heavens are just gonna open up for 5 hours. I think that is
yeah,
gonna be a real test of strength, a real test of character. Like
yeah.
how like I don't. Like thinking about that now, I was like making me really anxious. If it's just gonna piss it down for 5 hours, I just don't think that's gonna be enjoyable.
Because yeah, it's gonna be a hard slog, and
Like
it's yeah.
fuck. Yeah.
I think we'll be okay. I think it will be
Mm.
more cold than anything, like a bit chilly.
Yeah.
And I'd rather that. My other thing is I can't stand is like I've got a waterproof jacket and I was like, I can wear that, but the idea of getting sweaty and then wanting to take it off and then
And
like
then
I
hold
don't want
it
to
for
carry
five
stuff.
hours.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
carrying it like
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to be doing any of that. So
Yeah.
I think it will be fine. I think it'll be really good. We've got quite a little nice group of us, which is just lovely. Like I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting that at all. I think also the other thing is that I know what I'm like as a person is that I'll be really chatty for like the first couple hours and be fine.
Just put
And
your
then I'm gonna
headphones
want to
in.
be like, yeah,
Yeah.
I know that last hour I'll be like, yeah, I need to focus and no one talks to me for the next hour.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just it's all in your head more than anything.
Yeah.
I think your
Or like I'm just
mind's telling
gonna
your
like
body.
blinkers on and I'm just gonna go straight. I'll
Yeah,
catch up with me at the Houses of Parliament or at Big Ben and or catch up with me
yeah,
before we turn back round on the bridge or whatever. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
sometimes you might need that and you're gonna have your phone on you so you can phone people and just you know, where are you? I mean, or when you or if you do fancy catching up with people again, you know, I think that's absolutely fine. And I think,
yeah,
you know, hopefully people will respect that as well. Like at the end of the day, like yeah, we're in it together, but also like everyone's going to have like a different course, right, or a different kind of mentality on how they
yeah.
want to complete it and stuff like that. So yeah,
Yeah, everyone's going to want to go at their own speed and all that
yeah,
stuff. And like, I've learned from like, I mean, I did one, like I said, years ago, and like that really was a case of thankfully I had one mate with me that was the same speed as I, but the others, they went off into the distance before I could
yeah,
say, where are you going? Like they'd gone. So, and that was
yeah,
cool. Like, I think that's the best thing is to not have pressure and be like, you have to catch up with everybody. Cause I remember that time doing it, a lot of people were overtaking and you get a bit like, oh, fuck, I should be going faster. But it's like,
yeah,
no, it's just go at the pace that you're comfortable and
yeah,
enjoy it. Like it's a great cause we're doing it for. Like we're doing it for
yeah.
Mental Health UK. It's going to be a nice day, hopefully. I bought some little glow bits and pieces for us to wear because we've got. I don't even know if I'm going to wear the t-shirt. If I'm completely honest, I might just have it somewhere, but not really wear it because
Yeah.
I know I'm going to want a little jumper or something. But yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be really
Good.
good. Do you think you'll
I'm excited.
do you think you'll carry on doing walking after the walk's finished? Like, do you
I
think
was
you'll
thinking
keep up
about
the
this.
routine?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, definitely. I don't
Good.
think I'd want
Yeah.
to stop. Like, yeah, just and that's it. Working it into the routine, I think, has been a good thing, if anything. So,
It's going to be fun. And we've got people rooting for us and we've made some nice little donations and they're still coming
yeah,
in as we speak. And it's going
yeah.
to be, yeah, it's going to be really good.
I just can't believe how quickly it's come round, to be honest.
So quick. I can't
Yeah.
believe it's next week.
We're like,
I'm
yeah,
like,
just sign up
oh,
for it. Yeah. Oh, it's ages away. Oh, we've got like 3 months. And oh, fuck. Yeah, it's, yeah, next week.
my God. What I will say is though, is like, thank you for like pushing us to do this because like you suggested it and I was a bit like, are you mad? You know how long 20 km is? And
I didn't
because
actually. No, I did.
literally I was like you were like this looks like fun and I was like it's like 12.4 miles and I was like
I think they had me
okay
at
and you know
glow.
yeah like, sounded fun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I want a glow stick. Yeah.
I when you first messaged, I literally got like instant flashbacks from when the last time I did something like this, and I vowed to myself I'd never do it again. And I was like, because I hated it last time, but this is such a different time. I've been more prepared. I'm more prepped. I've like obviously I work out more now. Like a mindset, everything's just very very different. So I hope I'm just older with
Yeah.
weaker ankles, so I hope it'll be all right. But you the one who kind of you suggested it, and obviously Anna when I like messaged the group and was like, so I'm thinking of doing this. Like Lynette mentioned it, and she was like, "Well, you're gonna have to do it." And I was like, "Well, I guess, I guess we're
Yeah.
definitely doing it now. Then there's
I'm
no
doing it
backing
then.
out."
Whoops.
So yeah, no,
Yeah.
but whoops, no, but it's good, and I think it's a good little thing for us. I think it'll be a good
Yeah.
little sesh, and
Tick it
we'll
off
keep
your
everyone in the loop how it goes.
before 40 thing.
Things to do before 40?
Yeah. Then you can, then that's
Indeed.
it. You've achieved that. Put it on the list and tick it off. Speaking of the list, I was going to say if there was anything else to add on it, because I know we mentioned in one of the, not probably the last one, or maybe it was the one before that, about creating a list of things to do before 40.
I feel like I need to sit with someone and almost like get some ideas as well, because like I've got obviously the ones I was saying, like ride a horse and all that stuff. I actually had one of my friends ring me the other day. She was like, "I'll ride a horse with you. It'll be fucking terrifying and we'll both hate it, but let's do it. Let's do it." And I was like, "Fine." So no, I don't really know. Like I said last time, I know I just want to be like, the main one is to be like the healthiest, happiest version of me for 40. I would love that, because over the years, and I'm sure loads of other people have done it, they've said things like, when I hit this age, I'm gonna lose X amount of weight and I'm gonna achieve this and this goal and all this shit. And I just, so much pressure. And now I'm like, it's not about the weight loss as such. For me, it's like, I'd like to just say, do you know what? I came into this like age group in like a really good place, like emotionally, physically, mentally. And like I don't have that thing of when I hit 30s, I felt like I had to achieve so many things. Now it's like, I just want to make sure I'm healthy and happy, which is which has always been the most important thing, really. Just sort of forgot that. Nothing else at the moment. I haven't really. I mean, I'm saying it like it's far away. Like it's really not. It's like the 1st of November and we're already in like mid-October. So I really need to start thinking about the list. But yeah, I'll definitely keep you guys updated as I go along of like things to be thinking and doing.
Definitely. Or if anyone wants to like give suggestions of what could be added to the list as well, that would be a good one.
That would be really good. I mean, I had like a thing, I don't know if you had the similar but for the year, I had things that I wanted to achieve by the end of the year. And actually one of them was the podcast hitting 10 episodes, which we did do. So that's an achievement in itself, which I'm really happy about. I mean, other things were like, I wanted to start running and stuff. Yeah, that's not happening anytime soon. But I mean, I am doing a big walk. So it's better than nothing.
Exactly. You're moving. That's all that matters.
What about you? Because I know, like I said, did you start thinking about stuff? Because I know you were saying like, obviously yours is a little bit further away than mine, but did you start thinking about it, or what's your thoughts?
I haven't thought about adding any more on. So swimming is still on there. But there isn't anything. I'm sure something will come to mind in a minute. But
for definite.
Yeah, the walk, the swim, just again, getting healthy, getting happy, surrounding yourself with like good positive people as well. So not the coal, if you remember back to episode 2, whatever it was, not so much a cull of people, but like just ensuring like the people that you are surrounded by are people who share your beliefs and your ambitions and your energy. I think that's key. I think that's important as well.
Maybe there is a, I don't know, like, I mean, maybe there is a cull when you hit 40 of like certain things and maybe not even people. I think more things like thoughts and like beliefs and values, and like maybe you do cut some of those off then when you get older and just be like, I don't feel or think or want to be that way anymore, and that's not a bad thing in itself. Like change that. Yeah. Well, we've got one thing that I'm looking really forward to. We have a really exciting collab with the Dreading It podcast, and you might know them as TDIP. If you haven't had a chance to listen to them, please do. Lance is a really old friend of mine, and we've been talking for ages about us all collabing together. So you've got Lance and Saya, and like their YouTube account is just blowing up at the moment, and their podcast is great. They're really funny, a bit like us, very relatable, down to earth, and a really good laugh. And yeah, we're really excited about it, and I know they are as well. We've got a lot of conversations about to come up of what's the plan and all that. But yeah, the main aim is to have fun. You'll see us in a studio as well.
Yes.
And yes,
we're 4 episodes away from episode 20.
That's crazy.
Fucking hell.
Do you know what it is? I think we put so much pressure on getting up to 10 that we've just kind of like, it's like
it's just gone.
We're good. It's gone. Now they're pissing through like tomorrow.
So we're doing something big. We've obviously got the collaboration coming up, as Dex said, but we've got episode 20, which we're hoping for big things as well. So we want to celebrate in style, and we're hoping that takes us to like the 12-month mark or just before the 12-month mark. It's going to take us to the end of the year. We're going to do a big blowout before the end of the year so that we can all go and relax and have Christmas and whatnot and, write resolutions and cross off resolutions for 2025. And it's really fucking scary, actually, that we're talking about that now.
Yep, already.
But
it's been nearly a year we've been doing this as well. It's insane.
It's been nearly a year, exactly. And so we've got a lot to celebrate, and I think it'll do good for us to kind of look back and reflect, and we're going to go into the new year maybe, who knows, we might, there's talk of like rebranding Mood and, and all of that sort of stuff. So it might be a new look, new year, new look, new me.
New year, new me. Oh, no one likes hearing that. And the thing is, I say it, I've definitely been guilty at some point of fucking saying that.
Exactly. But to that point, like we're not going anywhere soon. We've got plans to take Mood to as far as we can, and as far as we're both willing to take it together. So, and we're very excited for the journey.
We know we've got like a lot of work in front of us once we do the collab and stuff. Like we know we're all very aware. So but you guys that are listening and always tune in have been like super patient with us, and we still get really good feedback, and and it's so amazing that we're being listened to in so many countries as well. It's insane. Like I can't kind of believe that's the thing. And we're just really excited, and we will keep you posted as we go along. See what holds, and it might not even be Mood anymore. We might change the name. Even that was up in the discussion as well.
Change it up. Loads of things we're throwing out there. Yeah. So
definitely. This was episode 16. Like we thought we'd keep it short and sweet for you guys today, because we're both knackered.
We can do it.
We can do it. We can stop talking after a certain time, believe it or not. Like,
it takes a while. It's only taken us 16 episodes and 16 hours. We're getting old, and it's Monday. Exactly. It's only taken us 16 hours and 16 episodes to... It's not as longer than 16 hours to learn how to stop talking. We've got so much to fucking say, though, guys. It's not even funny. We could just keep going.
It does depend on the mood that we're in. Like I can sometimes tell when both of us were like, we're keeping it short and sweet, and then there's times where we just don't want to stop talking. Like we've done it where do you remember that episode we did where it was daytime outside and it went to nighttime? That's when we'd been talking for. Like it went on for fucking ages.
Yeah, it did.
So it does happen. That's not a bad thing. That means we've just got a lot to talk about. Whether you enjoy it or you think it's a pile of shit, we don't care. Like we still have a
shit. Yeah, no fucks given. Yeah, but we obviously do care. So please carry on listening.
We love you. We love you.
We love you.
Hit that follow button. Hit that follow button.
Subscribe. Yeah. But apart from episode 20 and the collaboration, I think we've still got like a list of like stuff that I know that we want to talk about and explore as well. So
just stay tuned for 2025 because that's when it's all going to happen. Yeah. And
no, maybe we'll fit in another recording before the walk. I don't know, but I was just going to say maybe the next time we record, we may have done the walk, we may not have.
We may. Do you know what? Also, just one thing very quickly, I've noticed we've stopped naming our episodes. We need to really start doing that.
Oh shit!
Which like here's an episode. So just so you guys know, when we first started doing this, we wanted to name every episode a mood. And that was fun for like the first 10 to 11, and then it got to the point where we were like, we're running out of moods. So,
yeah, exactly.
Gonna change it up a little bit. All right, Lynette, I guess we're gonna sign out, my love.
Yeah, it was really short. Kind of feel a little bit like empty.
Yeah, see, this is your fault. You wanted to do this an hour. I blame you. I'm quite happy to carry on. But how dare you then tell me it's short? I'm trying to get off the call.
I know you're trying to get off. She's still trying to find the leave button. And let's on that note,
we're going to leave you wanting more. So we're going to fuck off.
Yeah. I was going to say something and I forgot what I was going to say now, but.
What I was going to say very quickly is that you're glowing today, and I was going to say I didn't get a chance to say it earlier. You look very pretty today. You always look lovely, but today just like you look. Considering it was a Monday and you were stressed out, you look really chilled and like very well rested.
I'll tell you what it is. I always get a comment like this because I've done my eyebrows. Did my eyebrows done.
That's why I've
got them threaded. Some other comments I've had when I've recently had my eyebrows done is, "Have you been in the sun? Have you done something different to your face?" But glowing, I'll take that. Yeah, it's the eyebrow. No. They make a difference, right?
It is. It does make a difference. Like your brows, and when you wash your hair, like I literally your hair looks nice. I'm like, I washed it. That's literally it. I didn't do anything.
Didn't fucking wash my hair. I can tell you that for free. Yeah, so that's what I was like. I need to do my eyebrows. Well. Yeah. So I was like, I should probably do something to look good on this podcast.
Make a bit of an effort. I literally I drew on my brows, which took about 10 minutes, then I really need to get tattooed again, and then I was like a tiny bit of makeup, and then I'm done. Like no more today. We don't need to go all out.
On that note,
we're gonna call it a day. All right,
call it a day.
On that note, we're gonna very awkwardly try and find the leave button from the chat, and we are gonna see you all very soon.
See you all soon. Did I? Fuck! I just had a fear that I didn't press record. I did.
God. I was just going to say, I haven't seen it. Yeah, you are still recording. Fucking hell. Fucking hell.
All right, let's find the leave button. All right, speak soon.
Yeah, bye.
Love you.
All
Bye.
right.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Mood. We're relatable as fuck.